so bright out there. Hey, check it out. Rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Ooh, rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Ooh, talk, express, relate, connect. Talk, express, relate, connect. Talk, express, relate, connect. Talk, express, relate, connect.
What's up, family?
Hey.
Welcome to episode 5 of Rappers in My Backyard, the podcast that stays lit. We rap about relationships, music, and entertainment. And today's subject is going to be an amazing one. We're talking about father-daughter relationships. How do daughters learn from their fathers? And I have the perfect quote to kick us off. It was my father who taught me to value myself. He told me that I was uncommonly beautiful. He said that I was the most precious thing in his life. Dawn French. And with that quote, are you guys ready to talk, express, relate, connect? Well, let's go to the backyard. My right hand in everything. Rappers in my backyard. My girl, Leah C, is in the backyard. What's up, Leah C?
Hey, this is Leah C. I'm so excited as usual, and I look forward to this guest that we have today. OMG.
Oh, yes.
We're going to cover kind of 3 parts pretty much because he has a few things going on. So I'm excited about that as well. And thanks for joining us as always.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know I got to hit you up with that Cleveland on. That's really bothering me. I really had to say that. Our guest today is an amazing father, a rap artist, and an entrepreneur. Please help us welcome No Cence is in the backyard.
How y'all doing?
What's up, No?
What's up, fam? I appreciate
Oh my
y'all,
goodness.
man. I appreciate y'all having
my
me.
goodness. We are super excited to have you in the backyard.
Thank you.
And you know what? Today we're talking about father-daughter relationships and how do daughters learn from their fathers.
Big topic.
And I follow you, and everything that you do seems to center around your daughter. I mean, she's all in the videos. She's all in the Run and Tell It apparel, you know, and she's just a light to you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, everything I'm doing is pretty much is charged up behind that little girl right there. She motivate me, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot, I don't know, and everything I do is to show her pretty much an image of what you look for behind me. Like, not, it don't got to be exactly me, you know what I'm saying? But,
You gotta be realistic.
if it's, I'm gonna at least show you at least the blueprint of what a man should look like, in a sense. So, because eventually, you know, it is gonna be have to pass the torch, you know. So being realistic with self. So
Right.
just understanding that, you know what I'm saying, and like, all right, let me make sure I'm understanding this the right way. It ain't taught to us or put, you know what I'm saying. There ain't no manual to how to be a father. So mine wasn't really involved in my life. So just that also added extra. You better be there, you know what I'm saying?
Right. There ain't nobody else
like,
but
literally,
you.
And I did, you know what I'm saying? I felt that feel once I got older and older through the time of like, if I had a father, I probably know how to switch something on some cars a little, like something within the feel of, like, you know what I'm saying? But I've been learning that as the time been going on, but you know, it's, yeah.
Well, like I said, I know that she's such a motivation for you. What in your opinion, what lessons do you feel are better taught by a father versus a mother, in your opinion?
It's things that, for one, fathers could only show a woman, in a sense, or a man could show a female. You know what I'm saying? Not just, and same thing for a woman that can only show. There's things that only a female can do that mans won't even understand. Like, it'd be like, that's got to be a female thing. But it's vice, it's vice versa. So it's like, it's things that, like, man stuff, it's I don't know, especially having a little girl, and it's one of these things I feel you gotta be real sharp on, and teaching within these things that she's gonna come across along the way.
Yeah, definitely along the way.
Man talking, you gonna have them slick talkers, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
know any slick talkers out there?
Exactly.
Try to make sure she's sharp enough to know that it's a slick talk at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Some things that women we can overlook, and you can kind of open her eyes to another side, another way to think.
Exactly.
How, like, you can't totally think like anyone else. However, you can kind of put yourself in a situation where you're trying to figure out how a man seriously thinks, and then you can learn that from your dad. And unfortunately, some people may not have their dads in their lives, but maybe an uncle or a grandparent. So women, we do need that from men, because like with me, I didn't have brothers, so I went to my cousins sometimes for advice, because you want an honest opinion, and most likely you're gonna get that from your dad.
Exactly.
Okay, well, what lesson did you get from your dad that has compelled you to be the woman you are today? That's what I'm asking in this question. Based on what he said, there's certain caveats that a father can give a little girl. What does that caveat look like? I know for me, the main thing that my father gave to me was an element of strength and invincibility, because just like with the quote we opened up with, my father taught me how to value myself.
Exactly.
And when you get that from your father, you sort of have a plan or an idea of what that looks like. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of this question, and how it's so important, so important to kick this discussion off.
Well, I could say, for one, when I walk with my daughter, I make sure she feel. Now it like she walking the inside, you know what I'm saying? No matter what. That's one thing. It got to the point she knows that's automatic now. Like, it's something that's one thing that I feel is a tough, big one. Opening the door. These things I show her. Like, it's something I let her see, and I know I'm doing it within. It's not something I'm just like I'm letting make sure she sees it. And
right.
All right, that's cool. She caught it. You know what I'm saying?
Actions as well. Yeah.
And bringing her to my jobs and my workplaces or where I'm at. So, and she see me doing it, like physically doing it. These things I do, and I didn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom, she worked crazy and did what she did. Blessings. And I'm like, I just want to go that extra mile
for
like moms did,
right.
and it's behind what I was witness to seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can go a little. It's like she worked hard too. My mom, she went crazy, like, and a teacher. She was a teacher. But just not to get off topic. Just seeing that energy behind that, it made me just sharp. You know what I'm saying? Just
sharpen your skills.
Yeah.
So, what cultural trends that we got going on, like social media, we got, just the relationships in general as it relates to love is a lot different. So what are those cultural trends that keep you up at night in relation to your daughter?
It's, I don't really follow the trend. I try.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. But she's going to see that trend, and she's going to follow it, because it's part of their conversation.
Saying that kids are into social.
I talk to her about it though as well. And I pull away. She be in her iPad. I take that away. Read a book. I'm really in, like, hands on with my daughter. Like, I'm thinking of, like, what you eat, all this is automatic for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, you gotta understand, it's real. Like, it's more to all this. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, even with I don't even like getting lost in social media myself. Like, I call people on their birthdays instead of just, hey, bro, type, hey, happy birthday.
Everything's a text.
You want a verbal
Yeah,
conversation,
yeah,
and that's something
yeah.
also to teach your daughter. Like,
Yeah,
you also want to be
definitely.
respectful and call someone
Exactly.
sometimes and say hello.
Yeah.
And then with the social media, like what Lisa O was saying, is like how can you talk to her about, because especially a lot of young females with this Instagram stuff,
Right,
you know,
right.
they look up to a lot of these things. They may want to start doing a lot of things as far as like makeup, or they're interested in modeling or doing certain things. That's what she was saying, you know.
Right.
So if you have a good relationship with your daughter, you can be honest with her about that, and then she will understand, like, that's like kind of TV, really.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
real
It's
life
not real life.
necessarily.
Yeah, you're right.
And you need to know how to separate things and take it for entertainment, pretty much.
Exactly.
Right, but right now it seems to be the nucleus of everything.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to pose that question to
About
you.
it.
But what happens if a father makes a mistake with his daughter? You know, where the relationship goes south? Because sometimes in those relationships with our families, the mother and father don't stay together.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes through that process, our fathers can make those mistakes. How does he recover from that mistake in a way that will continue to put that very important relationship
much.
to continue to move it further?
I pretty
In
much
your
say,
opinion.
I pretty much say just had the realest bond you could have with him. You can't
Right.
really go left or right from that. It's you can only go right from that situation. You always kept it 100. You always, she gonna know you for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My daddy, well, that's my daddy. I know he would have. You know what I'm saying? So it's just things. That's for sure one thing that I'm making sure I solidify doing with them.
Right.
Yes.
Keeping
Right.
and talking to her. Like, we talk on the regular. When walking to school, it's like I know when to talk. Like, it be them right moments. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
because
Like,
it's a relationship.
yeah,
You have to be
You know,
unconditional.
you-
Unconditional.
it's a relationship, and you have to, if you want a relationship, you have to talk, express, relate, and connect in order for that relationship to be
Have to.
valuable. I know for me, when my mother and father, when they got divorced and things were rocky in relationship, me and my dad's relationship, because of course he got a girlfriend, and I thought that was kind of bogus, but my thing is that instead of him leaving me there to try to ponder what was going on between my dad and him, between my mother and him, he wanted to express what was going on so that he can mend and heal our relationship, and just convey to me that I don't love you any different because I got this new girlfriend or whatever. I love you just the same. And I think that that's a solid way too to be able to mend that relationship. What do you think, Leah C., based on your dad and all the things that went on with him?
Well, I feel like you do have to communicate totally. However, in my
Definitely.
situation, it was a little different. My dad was like 200% there. We like lived with my dad.
Okay.
It was, of course, 50-50 at one point, but then it became like 100% there. And my dad picked it up totally to where we didn't feel an absence, really. So that's the way I think. I think that both parents should communicate totally.
no matter what.
And
You have to.
No
And you
matter
feel
what.
like when you go there, you're at home, and when you go there, you're at
You're at
home.
home.
It shouldn't be like you're
Exactly.
visiting. No,
Exactly.
you have two
No.
homes, the best of both worlds. That make it feel like that for the kids involved. But with my dad, he had 3 daughters, and he did everything from personal things we may have needed. They were there. If we needed to talk to him, if we needed to talk to a female, we had our aunts. We had like a community of family, so we were very, very close. So that's why I totally respect dads that are there for their kids, especially daughters.
My
'cause-
dad is why I'm rock solid.
Especially,
You know what I mean?
especially sons and especially daughters.
Love
But
you,
when
Dad.
you have a daughter, though, because sometimes you just have a daughter, like it means the world to know that you have your dad there that you can talk to and be unconditional with.
Yeah, definitely. Which leads us to our next question. How do daughters learn from their fathers? Let's start with No Cence. And this is just what you think, these nuggets that you're putting into your amazing daughter. What do you think that she will learn from that?
I feel it's one of the biggest things based on we the teachers before school, for one. So
Exactly.
it's like every day it's like it's one of them. It's a challenge, you know. I try pushing it on her, like pretty much just understanding life from a view of not being lost of the glamorous things, you know, that's out there.
Right. And being able to function out there in a way where she is confident in who she is. You know, that's a very valuable thing. How would you respond to that question of how daughters learn from their fathers?
Well,
because you can answer that from what you learned. What was that core value you learned from your father?
I think it was, which I think like fathers, they really want to make sure their daughters are dependent.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to depend on anyone.
You mean independent?
You don't want to be dependent. You want your daughters to be independent individuals,
Right.
and you don't want them to be hurt. You want to make sure they make the right choices, and that they end up being with a very supportive partner, and they have good friends in their lives.
Yeah.
Those are the things that you really, because that's kind of like almost the core of it all.
Yeah, definitely.
And and of course we may turn left, unfortunately, sometimes, but you want them to also know that you're always going to be there for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they can come to you and talk to you about anything, and that something sticks in them, you know, like their good intuition and that little voice in their head, and kind of from a parent, from a dad being there and being like supportive and teaching them things. It's always going to be a little tap on your shoulder, and you're going to always have a conscience, which is a good thing. And females need that.
Sure
definitely.
Males need it, but females, since we
definitely, and you don't want to be so strict to the point you don't want them to not talk to you, and it's something I've been practicing myself as well, as in from what I've seen. You see the most man, they act quiet, but once they get out that door, it's like for me to see it and be like, oh, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I'm not scaring her to not want to talk to me.
Right. It's a delicate dance, because I know with my dad, he was really cool about making me feel comfortable so that I can give him every piece of juice he needed to be able to sort of help me along the way, and knew where my challenges were. And so, like I said, to me, dads rock, because what I've learned from my dad is that I can do anything that I want to do as long as I work towards it. And this is like a question that I'm very interested in getting your response from. How do you expect the relationship will change, or the relationship will be once she finds her first love? Because, you know, we change once we find our dude and everything. So
I feel he gonna have a problem if he ain't ready for me for the most part. But I think it's not something I think of as in me. No, I'm really there. I'm doing everything I need to do. Once that take place and be the thing it's gonna be or whatever, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, without me having to worry she picked the wrong dude. Exactly. I'm gonna be confident in knowing she gonna know who not to bring around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
because
really
she knows her father, and that's why the father-daughter relationship is so dynamic, because you get to see what you want as a woman as you grow through your father giving you those nuggets of understanding, giving you those nuggets of love and safety. Because although my mother was her and I had a really great relationship, but I think it was my father who defined who I was as a little girl, and has helped me define who I am as a woman. And so again, I love my dad, and I know that your daughter adores you as well. And so
she give me that feel every day, like too. It's like
she lets you know.
I could be low ball. Had a long day. She could feel that long day I had. I just feel a little slight massage. I'm like, what the hell?
That's beautiful.
You know,
it just warms you inside when you do that.
It do.
But all of us at Rappers in Our Backyard send our condolences to Kobe Bryant and his daughter and
24/8.
the other lives that we lost last Sunday. And we're going to go into your 5 Rings video, the tribute that you did for Kobe Bryant like 5 years ago. So let's go to that, and then we'll
awesome.
come back and we'll talk about it.
Black
All
Mamba.
right, check it out. 5 Rings, no
5 Rings
sense.
on the rail.
In the
Let's get it.
backyard, baby.
At guard, 6'6" from Lower Merion High School, number 24, Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he's kind of dancing to the crowd's chants. He's 3 for 4 from the line. It's right on here.
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba, chain swinging, 5 ringing. I'm a damn problem. 24s on my whip, sitting up like a llama. Yellow diamonds all on my wrist. On the paper chase for them commas, smoking on that purple, all of this gold on. Bro with us to get broed on. R.I.P. Chick Kernelly, it's our turn for one spot. We gon' hold on, stay making plays back to back, and on the game on my shack attack. All that weak shit, we ain't having that. Y'all joke to us, yeah we laugh at that, yeah we on. I'm up in my zone, whatever you thought you was wrong. Full court press, everybody on them. 5 rings with my chain and charm. Watch me break them down, cross them over. Stop, wait, then hold up. We stirred up and y'all sober. Put it on for LA, 24/8. Come.
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant.
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Rings on my finger shine. Keep hearing that it's my time. This ladder I'ma keep climbing. Hard work, I'm steady applying. Never gave up, I kept pushing. Back passes, no looking, no defense. They shook it. To the hoop is where I took us. Boring champs in my city, of the widest and realest. If you rock with it, late, you gon' feel it. Ollie, you been 24, get it. Cold handles hard for you to steal it. Crowd going crazy in the building. Money, show me them millions. No losses, it's all winnings. All action, no acting. Schoolies, dudes, Phil Jackson was happening. Few injuries, but I'm back in. No lacking, just quit hacking. Why you mad at me? Cause you the 6th man. Why hate on me? We'll keep hating. Rings on rings, ring the alarm. 5th one's a charm, I'm just saying, yeah, 5 rings.
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings.
Kobe Bryant,
5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings. 5 rings.
What is it about this game that you love?
Hearing the ball bounce, the feeling that you get out making a great pass. I just love it. I love jumping, I love dunking, I love hearing the crowd going ooh and ah. The whole game is just tremendous, you know. I sound like an NBA commercial or something, like I love this game, you know. But I do, I love it.
And he's a young man that has worked hard to get to this point. Is there a right or wrong? I mean, who knows? Who knows? Only he can make that decision as time goes on.
Welcome back, family. I hope you guys enjoyed No Cence's 5 rings dedication to Kobe Bryant. And let's talk about what made you come up with that video. I mean, that was 5 years ago that you did the video. Give us a little background on the video. It's amazing.
Wow, 5 years ago.
It was December, the beginning of December 2015-ish. It was
wow.
But what made, I don't know, I always been a Kobe fan for one.
Okay.
Big on Kobe. Growing up, he wasn't. You had the ones that wanted to be like Jordan. I was in that circle of being the Kobe one. I was playing basketball. I'm Kobe. You know
right. You were Kobe, right?
So, I don't know, just to, and I was tapped into seeing this music playing in these games, 2K15 and 2K14 and all that. I'm like, hold on.
The video game.
I'm like, hold up. Let me try to squeeze up in there one time. You know what I'm saying? But that was my push behind getting it there, to try to getting it to Kobe personally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Meeting him through them channels of knowing he would have eventually heard it and like, hold on, this all me. You know what I'm saying? but yeah, that was the push behind that. Haven't got on there yet, but it's
right,
still a
but
push.
I mean, it's
still
timely.
a push.
It's
timely right now.
Yeah. Right. And
when you got to the backyard,
exactly.
I mean, it don't
right
get
now.
much bigger than this now, does it, people? No. So what did you think of the video?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, with the music itself, like that's, I believe, where I got my love for music at, through my dad. And of course I love music, and I thought it was pretty cool. And as far as like with music, with the video games, that was super awesome, because of course they need more of that. Video games all over the place, so that's a good idea.
Like that up in there, yo. Whoever tapped into that,
go with that.
NBA 2K, what's the next one? 21.
We need to get that 5 videos in there.
Good idea.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that could, you know what I mean, hook that up.
Let's go.
But I really want us to talk about Kobe Bryant and the impression he's left on Los Angeles, that he's left on all of us sitting here. Because I know last Sunday, Leah C, when we went live and we discovered that, I mean, we were devastated. I mean, this whole city is at a standstill right now because of mourning the death.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Of everybody that was in that helicopter situation. I just want to send our prayers out to the Bryant family, the Antebelli family, also to the Chester family, the Zobion family, and also to the Sir family. We love you, and we're praying, and the world is praying, and especially us at Rappers in My Backyard. I mean, we're just devastating and praying and hoping to move forward. And we're holding the city up right now, especially Cence with the 5 rings. I mean, man, you keeping us focused, just like Kobe wanted us to do. Stay focused on what it is. And back to what this topic is about, this father-daughter relationship topic. I need to ask you, do you think you're a cool dad? Like Kobe, I'm sure Kobe was a cool dad. Do you think you're a cool dad? And if so, why? What makes you cool?
I feel my daughter give me that feel of I can say I'm a cool dad. For the most part, just the energy that's kicked off when we are around each other, even when I'm not around her. The remembrance of just, hey man, you dope, bro. How you be doing with your daughter, man? How you moving? I get it. I get that from when I'm moving around, even when she's not with me. You know what I'm saying?
Because we follow you. I'm always checking to see what you're doing with your daughter. Because that's
my world.
That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. I mean, what do you think, Leah C, about? Was your dad? Was he a cool dad to you?
My dad was super cool. My dad.
What made him cool?
My dad, what he did for a living, like he would take us around these houses that he would like do architectural work and building inspector. It was like up in Beverly Hills, these famous houses that he would let us know
Right.
he did this. So now I have like an eye, and I realize I got that from my dad. I have an eye. I
Right.
notice things. I see the architectural structure of buildings and homes and what they should and shouldn't do. And as far as music goes, like I said, you know, Bill Withers. I listen to everything because my
Because
dad
of your
listened to
dad.
everything, and then he taught me about family. We're a close-knit family on my
Right.
dad's side, and family is like everything. And then I even bring in others who may be from out of town, and like my dad did,
Right.
we bring them in, and
just
that's
love on
important.
them,
And then
yeah.
about like loving what you do and do something that you love, you know, do something that you love and care about other people and help other people. I
Right,
got that from my
right,
dad.
right.
So yeah.
I got to tell you guys, share one thing with you guys about my dad, why he's so cool. My dad got a sick falsetto. Like growing up, my dad was always into like the high voices.
Wow.
And my dad could hit the high voices. And he would sing to me. And like every time like one of those songs would come on, like he liked the Dells and the Delphonics and all of that. And my dad can sing. And just something about him singing to me made me feel so special, and it made him be
Wow,
so cool
that's
in my
cool.
eyes.
My
So,
dad was
you
a
know.
dancer too. I mean, not a
Oh, your
dancer
dad
like
was a
that.
break dancer?
Not like that. But even my uncles, they be on that floor. They're dancing with the music and this music playing. So that's what I guess I get it from. A lot of my family, we like to have a good time.
Yeah.
and,
And
that's
you guys
important.
do.
That's important. You know,
Yeah,
you know how
it
to
is.
handle business and you know how to have a good time.
That part.
Right.
That's what
Right.
I have instilled in me.
You just don't know how to pick the right team.
I have no
Cleveland
idea.
Browns.
I am a shopper, and I just bought it.
Oh.
I
Oh,
just
my
bought
goodness.
it because it was cute.
Look, let me tell y'all something. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers. We do not sit next to Cleveland Browns.
I had no idea.
She brought this to the yard today, and me and her been sparring and making fun of each other all the way. I mean, I know I don't have no dog in this fight, neither do you. But sitting next to a Cleveland Brown, that's a disclaimer. So, no sense. What projects are you currently working
Yes.
on right now? Tell us what's going on in the trilogy called
I
No
know
Sense.
you're busy.
I
James.
know.
Man, I'm trying to stay
Goodness.
busy. They say too much free time is a devil's playground. You already know.
Wow.
But I really try staying busy for them reasons alone, because it really is that. If you, man, I'm like, wait, let me find myself some. Let me stay busy.
Right, get some business
but-
going on.
Yeah, for real. But for the most part, I just dropped something in June on my birthday. No Sense with the Mo Sense project. I got 4 videos out from that. Y'all could go check those out.
So where can they check these out? These
YouTube,
videos
I'm
and
on-
stuff.
I got some stuff on YouTube. This music on all digital platforms. Type in No Sense, NO space bar CENCE, and it'll pop right up.
Just like that.
It'll pop up.
That's what I
Yeah.
love. That's what I love. So, how did you get my backyard? No sense. How'd you get in the backyard? Give me the history of that.
Blessings for one. Meeting my boy 88 Keys. That's who initially moved across the street from the backyard.
Yeah, he does live across the street. Shout out to 88 Keys. And
So from there, this was, his location before even meeting anybody over here. So shout out to my boy. I wouldn't have met nobody here if it wasn't for 88. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that's and then Gritty Greg, AMG. Them, man, just being around these names and individuals just helped shape me to be an individual I am today. So I count the blessings, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, what we try to do in this backyard, we're givers. We're givers of knowledge, and it's
Share it.
about all of us helping each other to push each other forward in a way that's positive.
Coming together, working together, being there for each other, being supportive. All of that is very important in certain fields, in life. Period. Yeah.
Right. So if we're not doing that, what are we doing?
Period.
How long have you been in the backyard? How many years?
5, 6 years.
6
7
years now?
Wow. It's been some years. been some years for sure.
Well, you know, I got to add in there that I shot one of your videos. I produced
Boom, boom.
one of his
On the
videos
reel.
right here in the backyard.
Yes, we did. Y'all go
Yeah.
check
I
that
remember
out.
that.
Yeah, y'all
On
got
the
to
reel.
check out the Poom
Boom,
Poom.
boom on the
Wow,
reel.
I was
Yeah.
supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
missed
we was
it.
live.
Who
We
knows
was
what's
shaking
going
it
on?
up.
I've seen the
wasn't we?
video though.
We was
Pretty
live.
good.
Yeah.
Turned out real
Yeah,
good.
we had a good one.
Yeah.
So, you know what, you guys? We can talk on and on and
Okay.
on because, I mean, you just
look
got
at his
so much
attire.
going
Look at
on.
his
Yeah, you got
attire.
Run
to
and
run
tell
and tell
about it,
that.
please. Do so.
Run and tell somebody. But we got to take it to the grill, y'all.
Hey now.
Okay.
What's on the grill today? We got on the grill comedy taken out of context as it relates to Kobe Bryant and the tragedy of him losing his life and his daughter. There was a comedian that had some things to say. So what I want to ask all of you in the backyard, when is comedy taken out of context? Let's start with you.
I could say this. I ain't no comedian or nothing, but when it's too damn hot, when the situation is so hot, you might not want to poke at that thing. You're gonna burn your fingers.
Exactly.
Keep poking,
You know,
keep
the
poking.
real- That's just what it is, and some people just they take that risk. It's a risk. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Some may not reach that level of getting the highlights of it, getting the light, the you know what I'm saying. But some will, and the ones that do that's why you got these in social media. They not gonna sleep. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You gonna man. They gonna
on you,
wring
ready.
your neck. They gonna wring your neck if you see. You know, just be ready for whatever that energy you put out. It's really an energy. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
and that energy comes back to
Yeah.
you. What do you feel about when comedy's taken out of context, Leah C?
Well, you really have to think before you even open your mouth for sure. And there's some subjects you just shouldn't even
Clown.
touch.
Yeah.
You know, comedy
Yeah.
is supposed to be funny, and
Yeah.
some things just are not funny.
No,
at all.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And that wasn't funny, and
Like-
that's the
like,
reason why
yeah,
we're
like,
not
I hope,
regurgitating
like, really?
the
Like,
words
what's wrong with- yeah.
or even lending any name or
Literally.
space to this person who said
Exactly.
it. Because what I think comedy taken out of context to me means if we would just take a minute to just think about how we would feel if we were put in that same situation. The answer to that is the answer to everybody. It's not appropriate.
It's not
and when
cool.
people are hurting and loved ones still don't know the answer to what's going on, I just think that that's not the time for a joke. You know, it just really isn't.
Yeah, because it's not a joke. Yeah.
Right. I mean, where's the joke? The joke's on you, buddy, because now you've had to apologize because Kobe Nation and the city of Los Angeles and the world was coming after this guy, and because it's just inappropriate. And that's why he's on the grill today.
And I got a big sense of humor too, but there's certain things that you hear and it'll be like, oh, that was too soon, and it
Way
usually
too
be
soon.
and it usually be they catch
It's
that
never,
they
yeah.
catch that
Yeah.
heat, they
Never
catch
is a
that
good
heat.
time.
You
How
feel
about
me?
that?
Yeah, I mean,
Never's a
that
good
was
time. Mind
way
your own
too
business
soon.
and get yourself together. How about that?
Yeah, way too soon. You know, I got a text from someone that sent me something very heartfelt, a poem about Kobe Bryant, and I didn't know whether we were going to have time to get it in, but I really want to take the time to get it in. So let me read the poem that was sent to me by one of our viewers, and I just want to read it because I just think it's so timely. At 17, a baller's dream. The kid could really play. From high school to the pros, he's God's gift to LA. It was clear we held him dear. He was a cut above the rest. His work, his drive, his inner pride, he gave his personal best. Across the nation, a b-ball Jedi like Obi-Wan Kenobi. There may never come another man like the legend we call Kobe. And Bert did it. And I mean, that was just so compelling to me. And I just, like I said, I wanted to make sure that we got that in. Let's talk a little bit about that poem.
That was from
and
a
which
viewer.
you guys, right, from a viewer that sent it in.
Okay.
And I hate to make promises that I can't keep. So I told him I didn't know whether I was going to get it in. But as the flow of the show happened, you have to put those things in that add the layers that we're trying to get across here. We want to have a relationship with each and every one of you. And the way that we build that relationship is by talking, expressing, relating, and connecting. And that's how we do that, by taking in some of the things that you say, taking the things that, in your opinions, that you say, Leah C., and taking in the things that you say, No Cence, and what you've brought to us today in relationship to father-daughter relationships. This is what we try to do here, because I think that we can learn so much about each other if we take the time to share our journeys and share our opinions and really give light to what other people think about. It's just not your opinion. It takes a lot of people to help us understand who we are and who we are possibly capable of being. And so thank you so much, Bert Did It, for sending us that quote and making, it's original and it's uplifting, because I didn't want us to come off the grill dealing with somebody so hot that was meant to hurt people, you know, and now we are able to put that fire out on the grill with this great poem from Bert Did It. All right. Well, I mean, No Cence.
Hey, now.
You know, I mean, how can I thank you for being with us today? I mean, you put it down, baby. You gave us what it is that we needed, and so that other fathers can see that you're capable of having a great relationship with your daughter, despite of where you are in it. It takes work.
It's up to you.
Right. It's up to you. You got the keys to the car. Get in it. Get in the car and drive
It's
around.
just the little things, you know. It doesn't have to be about, you know, you doing extravagant things or whatever. It's just the little quality time, the conversations, and all of that. It goes a long way.
Right. Well, let me tell you what we're dealing with next week. We are dealing with next week long distance relationships.
Oh my God!
So what do you think about that? Like, I'm just like, long distance.
Do they work?
Long distance. Do they work? Do they work? Rapper. That's going to be an interesting one.
Like,
I mean,
that should be the subtitle. Do they work?
Yeah. Do they work? Do they work under the guise of that? Right? You know,
like relationships, like right here together.
It's already hard enough.
Literally.
Far apart. Wow,
and then I'm gonna take it way far away where I can't reach it.
That's gonna be a good one.
My goodness!
A whole nother level.
Well, here at Rappers in My Backyard, we are the podcast that stays lit. We stay litty. Was it hot up in here, y'all?
Hot.
Did y'all feel the heat?
It was hot. It felt good.
Did we keep it hot up in here?
Good, though.
What you think now?
It was good heat.
It was good heat. It was a type of heat that needs to happen on a Sunday at 2 PM. We got to kick it with you guys before the Super Bowl.
That part.
And you know, we wearing our team jerseys. Some of us.
Well, I'm just wearing a jersey.
I'm wearing my team jersey.
Exactly. That's giving me attention. I'm giving it. I'm got a lot of attention.
Right. Okay. We want to give a shout out to all of the things that No Cence is doing.
Thank you.
Make sure that you guys get some Run and Tell That apparel. You can check out his stuff. He has some really cool camouflage, really cool creative stuff. I got the camouflage.
I promise. And no cap. This is no cap. I would have been even later than I was going. It probably would have came at the time and it would have started.
Right.
But I was bringing some stuff. But
I love some
next
clothes
time,
too.
I got some stuff for you.
Yeah. And we'll make sure to wear it on the show because, I mean, we want to be able to do this thing together. We want to do this thing together.
Sure.
So, like I said, Rappers in My Backyard, the podcast that stays lit.
Run and tell
We
about it.
talk about relationships, music, and entertainment. And what we try to do, and what advice I would like to say to you guys, next week as you are going about your days, be sure to talk, express, relate, and connect with somebody, because that's the way you really gonna keep your life in check. My name is Lisa O, and this is my girl
Leah C.
And our amazing guest today, the amazing father, entrepreneur, and rap artist, No Cence, is in the backyard. Shout him out.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
Thanks for
Make sure
coming.
y'all run and tell about this podcast, man. It's going to be some big stuff popping from this thing. For real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then I got to come on your podcast.
Run and tell about it.
Yeah, we need to run and tell about it.
And just on that, it's something to run and tell your story. Don't be scared to get your stories out there, because we got some powerful stories.
Yes,
that
indeed,
need
and we
be
got to
out.
share them.
Yeah,
we really got to share them, and this is what this is all about, and this is why I love meeting with you every Sunday at 2. So make sure you go to the website, check us out. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube, like, comment. We love to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to the podcast that stays lit, Rappers in My Backyard. And enjoy the Super Bowl. My team ain't in it, but we strong nonetheless. I'm Lisa O, and I love you guys.
go.
We're out.
Run and tell
Sunday.
about it.
Rappers in My Backyard.
Hey.
We love you. We rap about relationships, entertainment, and music. You heard?